Yo, South Africa, what's the vibe? Actually, let's cut the pleasantries because frankly, I'm pissed off, and if anyone's paying attention to the state of things in South Africa, they probably are too. The South African National Defence Force is a shambles, and the ANC's Defence Minister Angie Motshekga is out there acting like everything's under control while the whole system's falling apart. This isn't just a rant, it's a wake-up call about the crime, corruption and downright incompetence that's gutting South Africa's military and leaving South Africans vulnerable. So, grab a seat, hit that subscribe button, and let's rip into this mess with the facts to back it up. Ready? Let's go.
Yes, sir. Chair, without any risk of contradictions, I can assure the public with a clear heart that in terms of our internal needs, we are very confident as the Defence Force that we will be able to protect our territorial integrity, albeit all the challenges that I've set out to say because of defunding, we are not at the optimum level that we need to be. But we can assure you that we are at a safe level where we can protect our sea, our skies, and the land. Though, as I said, we could do with more if the budget situation changes. But for now, I can promise you, if there are floods, we're there to be able to help. If there's snow, we're there to help. There's a crisis, we're able to help. Even being able to participate in other defense activities outside our country, we're capable of doing that, Chair, despite, as I say, the current budgetary challenges that we have as a department.
Thank you very much, Minister. Thank you, Minister.
First off, let's talk about the SANDF, because it's not just struggling, it's on life support. Motshekga had the nerve to stand up in the National Council of Provinces on June 24, 2025, and tell everyone the SANDF is more than capable of defending South Africa's sovereignty, even though the Air Force is, in her own words, bleeding aircraft. Bleeding! Only 6 out of 330 aircraft are operational. That's a 98% failure rate, folks. Imagine a car breaking down 98% of the time, and South Africans are supposed to trust it to get them across the country. The Navy's in an even sorrier state, 1 frigate and 1 patrol vessel to cover 798 kilometers of South Africa's coastline. Submarines? All 3 are out of commission. And the soldiers? Some had to buy their own boots before deploying to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Buy their own boots! Can anyone believe that? This is the ANC's idea of a capable defense force for South Africa. Motshekga's excuse is the same old song, no money. She's engaging with Treasury and the presidency to fix the budget, but let's be real, those talks have been dragging on for years with no result. The SANDF's budget for 2025-26 is 57.1 billion rands, a pathetic 0.8% increase from 55.94 billion rands in 2024-25, which is actually a cut in real terms when factoring in 4.7% inflation. That's 2 billion rands less purchasing power than last year. The South African Air Force alone faces a 7.7 billion rands shortfall over 3 years just to maintain its aircraft. That's 2.56 billion rands a year they don't have, meaning maintenance is funded at 1/3 of what's needed. No wonder only 2 Gripen fighter jets and a handful of helicopters are airworthy. But here's where it gets infuriating. While Motshekga's crying poor, the department's splashing cash on nonsense. They're spending 415 million rands to maintain the presidential jet and VIP Falcon fleet, while transport aircraft like the C-130 Hercules are grounded because there's no money for spares. 2 C-130s are stuck in the UK for upgrades because of unscheduled rectification work they can't afford to fix. And get this, the head of the Air Force, Lieutenant General Wiseman Mbombo, just bought 2 Audi Q7s for 3 million rands. 3 million rand for luxury cars while pilots can't get fuel to train. The SANDF only flew 6,904 hours in 2023-24, half their target of 12,000 because of budget cuts. The Navy's even worse, 2,641 sea hours against a target of 8,000, and Motshekga's out there saying, "Sleep peacefully, South Africa's skies are safe." Safe? With what? Good intentions? The corruption angle makes it even uglier. The SANDF's been hit by scandals that scream ANC mismanagement. In 2022, 2 billion rands was lost to corruption, with 56 personnel, including 2 generals, suspended in one case alone. 13 others from logistics and special forces were convicted in another. This isn't just a few bad apples, it's a rotten system. The Auditor General flagged significant flaws in the Department of Defence's financial management for 2023-24, and Motshekga still hasn't delivered a promised report on the SANDF state, due September 17, 2024. Meanwhile, Armscor, South Africa's state arms procurement agency, spent 10 million rands on board perks while aircraft are mothballed, and Denel, South Africa's state-owned defence company, is drowning in debt and skills shortages, despite Motshekga calling it family silver. Family silver that's been pawned off, maybe. Let's not kid ourselves, this isn't just about money. It's about priorities. Motshekga's been defense minister since July 2024, and what's she done? She's been to Russia for a military parade and hosted golf days while South Africa's soldiers struggle. She was grilled in Parliament about funding extravagance when the SANDF's in crisis. Her response? Some vague promise about a 3-month budgeting exercise. 3 months! The 2015 Defence Review, which she says still guides policy, is a decade old and was never fully implemented because of budget constraints. The SANDF's in a polycrisis, with overlapping problems so big they'll take years and serious cash to fix. But instead of action, South Africans get Motshekga's hot air about the journey to greatness, journey to nowhere, more like. The human cost is what really hits hard. South Africa's soldiers are out there risking their lives. 249 came back from the DRC in June 2025, some wounded after logistical chaos because the SANDF couldn't even organize a proper flight. Budget cuts are crippling operations, with one general admitting proper funding is essential to respond to national emergencies. No kidding. A soldier who's been in the SANDF for 15 years said, "We're proud to serve, but it's humiliating when you're sent to a war zone with kit you bought yourself." And then there's the tragedy of crime within the ranks. 12 soldiers were arrested in June 2025 for being part of a rogue unit. Even South Africa's own defence force is falling apart from within. This is the ANC's doing, 31 years running South Africa, and they've run the SANDF into a mess. State capture, corrupt cadre deployment, tender scams, it's all part of the same disease. The 2014 Defence Review warned South Africa's SANDF was in critical decline back then, and nothing's changed. In fact, it's worse. The ANC's government has turned South Africa's military, once a respected force in Africa's continent, into a global embarrassment. And Motshekga's out there telling everyone to sleep peacefully? Is she serious? So, what's the solution? Nobody can just sit here and moan, though there's plenty to moan about. The ANC's had their shot at fixing South Africa, and they've blown it up spectacularly. South Africans need accountability, starting with Motshekga explaining why she's dodging Parliament and prioritising VIP jets over soldiers' gear. What would anyone do if they were running things in South Africa? Let generals drive Audis while helicopters rot? Let billions vanish while South Africa's borders stay wide open? Nah, obviously not. South Africans have got to demand better, and that starts with making a noise. Share this video, drop a comment, tell the world what's got everyone fired up. Let's keep this conversation alive, because the more this nonsense is exposed, the harder it is for them to hide. And here's how everyone can help. Support channels like this that call out the rot. Hit that join button for the channel membership, or drop a super thanks donation. Even letting the ads play for 30 seconds keeps things going. It's small, but it matters. Don't let the ANC's failures make anyone give up. South Africans are tough. They've survived worse, and they're stronger than this. Every time South Africans demand answers, every time the light is shown on their incompetence, it's a fight back. Subscribe, like, share, and let's show Motshekga and the ANC nobody's buying their excuses. It costs nothing to hit that button, so do it now. Who's in? Let's take South Africa back.